10 things they don't tell you about Disney Cruise Line. Number 1 is that you can carry on beer or wine. Every adult 21 years of age and older is allowed to carry on 2 bottles of wine or 6 bottles of beer per person per port. So you've got to be over 21 and you've got to carry it on. With the wine, you can bring Prosecco or port or champagne because those are in that wine family. I wouldn't try anything else though. There's like some wine spirits and I just don't know if they'd let you bring that on or not. With the beers, it can be bottles or cans and it has to be 6 per port. Number 2, Disney Cruise has rotational dining. There are 3 main dining restaurants on board all Disney ships. Each night of your cruise, you and your personal waitstaff will rotate to one of the 3 distinctly themed restaurants on board the ship, ensuring you enjoy a delicious meal catered to your liking in a unique setting nightly. There are 2 dinner seatings each night of your cruise. They do vary. Dinner is typically served at 5:45, which is the main seating, and 8:15, which is the second seating. Once you're on board, you can check the My Plans in the Disney Cruise Line Navigator app for your assigned seating time, restaurant schedule, and table number. Prior to COVID, you would have been seated with another family unless you made a request not to be. When we sailed last October, after sailing started again, they had everybody at their own tables. And from what I've heard, they are still doing that, but who knows when that will change, so just check into it. And pro tip there for you that they also don't tell you, make sure and download that Disney Cruise Line Navigator app. I would do it as soon as you book your cruise. It's going to have a countdown on there, and you use it for basically everything once you're on the ship. And you can also use it for a lot of pre-registering stuff as well. Number 3, room service is included in the cost of your cruise. There are 2 room service menus. One is the Continental Breakfast door hanger. They used to have door hangers for this. I believe it's on your phone in the Navigator app, or you can just call. And almost everything included on the room service menu is free. Anything on that Continental Breakfast is included with the cost of your cruise. We would typically get some fruit, coffee, maybe a bagel delivered in the morning. It's kind of our wake-up call. And then we'd go have coffee on the veranda. In the evening, they also have the regular room service menu, which is almost entirely included in the cost of your cruise. Things like BLT, burgers, and I've heard that BLT is fabulous. My son ordered it and I didn't actually take a bite of it, but I should have, because they definitely put a lot of bacon on it. All hands on deck cheese platter is a really popular thing from room service, so just check that out when you get there. It's really nice just to have things delivered to your room. Warm cookies and milk at bedtime, maybe a Mickey bar. That's not on the menu, but they have it. There are some items that are a charge, things like a canned Coke or a little bag of popcorn. They do have their own little section, and it does say additional charge, which makes that pretty easy to identify. Which takes us right into number 4, tips and gratuities. For room service, it's recommended $1 or $2 per item. You can tip them with cash. Now they actually also have the availability to tip them within the app. So I'm just going to go over basic tips and gratuities. For the entirety of the cruise, it is suggested $13.50 per person per day, and that would go to your 3 servers and your room host. I really don't believe that that's enough, so we bring some extra to tip them because they really deserve it. The cast and crew are amazing. When you order cocktails up on deck, there's going to be an 18% auto gratuity included. When you order the Rainforest package, that's going to have an 18% gratuity included. When you go to Palo, though, they do not do an auto gratuity, so you have to add that. So it's a little inconsistent with their tips and gratuities on the ship, but it's good to know that they do auto gratuity on some items. If you want more information on that, let me know. I might just do a whole video about it. And tips and gratuities takes us right into number 5. The crew works so hard and they work so much. These are not typical 8-hour days. They're not even 12-hour days. They work, and you'll see your dining team in the evening at your table, and typically you'll also see them in the morning or at lunch serving in cabanas or the main dining that's open for breakfast and lunch. They're just super busy all the time. I think they work about 4 to 6 months per contract, and they just work all day every day. And on top of all of that, they have amazing attitudes all the time. There are crew members from all over the world. We especially love to talk food with the crew because I love food. But my son and I both love to cook, and it's really fun to talk about different cultures and cuisines with the crew members. Number 6 is fish extenders. Fish extenders are a whole thing. Actually, if they come back, I'll do a video on that as well. But they're not allowed right now by Disney Cruise Line. A fish extender is basically a gift exchange. People will create cruise groups on Disboards or on Facebook. They're often more on Facebook now, with the name of the ship and the dates that you're going to be cruising. Within that group, people will set up exchanges, magnet exchanges, ornaments, gift exchanges, which is the fish extenders, as they've been labeled, because next to your room, there's either a little fish or a seahorse, depending on which side you're on, and people will make a pocket organizer to hang on that fish, and so that's why it gets called the fish extenders. Disney Cruise has specifically stated that fish extenders are not allowed during this time of COVID, which is completely understandable. I think recipe exchanges could still be really fun because you could email them. And this takes us right into number 7, magnets. You can still put magnets on your doors. The doors are metal, and magnets is another thing that people would exchange, and a lot of people would make them at home in order to decorate their door. It's just fun, I think, to see the door decorated. It helps you identify your door down those long halls. It's just another little enhancement that brings a lot of fun to the cruise. Number 8, you will feel like a youth again. I guarantee at some point during the cruise, you will feel like you're one of those tiny humans running around. Typically, that's either because you really enjoy Disney, or there's someone in your family that really loves Disney, and that just makes the whole experience a lot of fun. And I've caught myself a few times just wandering around, not even noticing anything Disney, because there's a lot of Disney around me. I'm used to overlooking some of it, because some of it is very subtle on the ship. But inevitably, I will hear a song or see something on the TV or the funnel vision, their movie screen on deck, that just gets me. It's usually the music. They do have Disney music. I don't know if it's all the time because I've never paid that close of attention to it, but it's not overbearing to me at all. And I actually haven't really cruised with any non-Disney fans, so I don't know what that would necessarily be like. But that does take us into number 9. Disney Cruise can make you cry. And it wasn't a bad cry. It touches on the feelings, the nostalgia. Disney does nostalgia really well, and so many of us grew up with the movies, the music, that it just kind of takes you back again a little bit. And number 10, it can get overwhelming. Especially to me, the fantasy and the dream can just be a little too much sometimes. It just feels like a lot more people on the dream and the fantasy because the ship is not 2/3 larger than the Wonder, but the capacity is, and that's for guests and crew, so that ship has a lot of people on it. And that can just begin to get a little overwhelming. I absolutely love Disney Cruise. It is by far my favorite, and I will definitely be going again many times over. But there are those times when it can get overwhelming to me. Maybe at a pirate party or a maritime event in the atrium. I just have to step away sometimes, and that's totally easy to do with the Quiet Cove area up on the pool deck that's for 18 and older, and the lounge and bar area that's for 18 and over. Once there starts being too much noise or motion, I just take myself out of it and go to one of those areas to relax. Deck 4 is also a wonderful place to relax. So let us know in the comments below, what do you think they don't tell you about Disney Cruise Line? Or what's a video you'd like to see soon? Let us know in the comments below. Thanks for joining us, everybody. I really appreciate it. We really enjoy making these videos, and I hope that they're useful for you guys. Or at least just a little bit of a Disney getaway. If you haven't yet, please subscribe. You can ring that little bell. It'll let you know when we have any new videos, and we'll see you real soon with some more DisNEEDS.